When your spiritual awakening comes to an end, it can feel like a profound shift in your consciousness, often bringing with it unexpected changes. This phase marks a transition from a heightened state of awareness to a more grounded understanding of your purpose and existence. It can be a time of deep inner peace, but it may also come with challenges that can be difficult to navigate. In this process, many people experience strange and sometimes disorienting phenomena. Here are some of the most common and curious things that tend to happen when your spiritual awakening ends. At first, you may feel a sense of detachment from the material world. During your spiritual awakening, you may have been drawn to deeper truths, seeking purpose beyond the superficial. When the awakening ends, you often lose interest in material possessions, status, and external achievements. The desire for wealth, fame, or success no longer carries the same weight as it once did. This shift can create a sense of confusion or disillusionment, because the things that once seemed important now appear trivial or hollow. You may find that you're more interested in spiritual growth, personal peace, and meaningful connections rather than the chase for worldly success. Alongside this, many people report a sudden inner peace and silence. During the peak of their spiritual awakening, there might have been mental chaos, emotional upheaval, or intense soul-searching. But when the awakening period finishes, the noise in your mind tends to quieten down. You feel a deeper sense of calm, and the constant chatter of worries, anxieties, and overthinking dissipates. The silence can be incredibly soothing, but at the same time, it may feel strange because it contrasts sharply with the emotional and mental turbulence that may have characterized your earlier spiritual journey. This peace is not necessarily the end of your personal growth, but a transition into a deeper understanding of life's mysteries. You might also find that your old habits, routines, and attachments no longer resonate with you. The activities and behaviors that once brought you comfort or pleasure might lose their appeal. This could range from small habits, like watching television or eating certain foods, to more significant shifts in how you approach relationships, work, or social engagements. These changes can be startling, especially if your previous life seemed fulfilling. However, this transformation is part of your evolution as you begin to align your actions with a more authentic version of yourself, one that is no longer driven by external validation or past patterns. Another strange experience is the shift in your relationships. When you reach the end of your spiritual awakening, you may notice that your connections with people start to change. Some relationships will feel more meaningful and deeper, while others might feel distant or irrelevant. You may naturally distance yourself from people who no longer share your values, beliefs, or energy. This doesn't mean you reject them, but rather that you are drawn to individuals who resonate on a similar spiritual frequency. This can create a sense of loneliness at first, especially if the people around you don't understand or relate to the shifts you're experiencing. However, this phase also opens the door to new, more harmonious relationships that are built on mutual growth and understanding. Another phenomenon is a newfound freedom from past burdens. When the spiritual awakening cycle comes to a close, you may feel like you have let go of past traumas, regrets, and emotional baggage. Old wounds that once seemed impossible to heal may now appear to be released, leaving you with a sense of emotional liberation. This doesn't mean that the past is erased, but rather that you've come to terms with it, accepted it, and learned from it. The weight of old emotional scars lightens, allowing you to move forward with a clearer sense of purpose and inner peace. The end of spiritual awakening often brings with it a sharp sense of clarity about your life's purpose. You start to see more clearly the reason you are here and what your mission in life is. You may discover that your sense of fulfillment comes not from external achievements, but from living in alignment with your true self. This can lead to a renewed sense of direction and a drive to follow your soul's calling, even if it means deviating from societal expectations or norms. There's often a strong pull toward meaningful work, helping others, or contributing to the world in ways that align with your higher purpose. At the same time, you might experience a feeling of isolation. After undergoing such profound internal changes, it's natural to feel like you no longer fit into your old social circles. The people you once felt close to may seem disconnected from the person you've become. While this can initially be uncomfortable, it's often a necessary part of your journey. This period of solitude is not about loneliness, but about reconnecting with yourself. It allows you to rediscover who you are without the influence of others' opinions and expectations. You may crave time alone to deepen your understanding of your soul's journey and to integrate all the lessons learned during your awakening. Another curious thing is the heightened awareness of other people's lives. At the end of your spiritual awakening, you often develop a deeper understanding and compassion for others. You begin to see that everyone is on their own unique path, facing their own struggles, and working through their own lessons. Instead of judgment or criticism, you feel empathy and understanding for those around you. This shift in perspective helps you connect with people on a more compassionate level, without the need to judge them or compare yourself to them. Your relationships with others become more peaceful as you begin to see them as fellow travelers rather than competitors or obstacles. As you move forward, your perspective on challenges and hardships also changes. Where once you may have seen difficulties as obstacles or burdens, you now view them as opportunities for growth. The end of spiritual awakening doesn't mean that life becomes easy or free of challenges. Rather, you now understand that difficulties are part of your soul's evolution. You approach problems with a sense of grace and acceptance, knowing that each struggle is leading you toward a higher state of consciousness. This shift in perception gives you the strength to face adversity with courage and wisdom. Lastly, the end of spiritual awakening often brings a sense of spiritual serenity and self-acceptance. You come to terms with who you are, acknowledging your flaws and imperfections without judgment. This deep sense of inner peace stems from the understanding that you are whole and complete as you are. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself to others or seek external validation. This acceptance of self allows you to live authentically, embracing your true essence without fear or shame. In conclusion, the end of spiritual awakening is not the end of the spiritual journey. Rather, it marks a shift toward a more grounded and integrated way of living. The strange things that happen during this time, detachment from materialism, inner peace, changing relationships, newfound clarity, and personal freedom, are all part of the process of deepening your understanding of yourself and your place in the world. While it may feel disorienting at first, this phase is ultimately about embracing your higher self and living in alignment with your soul's true purpose.